everybody, welcome to the Baking Biker. Today we are taking a trip to Utah. Actually, we're not going to Utah today. Today we're starting our trip to Utah. This is our 2019 Utah motorcycle trip, and we're just leaving the Puget Sound area of Washington State, and we're headed to Pendleton, Oregon today. That'll be our first stop along our trip. Our trip will be about 17 days, and as you can see, we have some partly cloudy skies right now, but it was raining on us when we started off. We were in rain, and it's supposed to rain pretty much all day today, with a few little breaks like we have right now. So we're really looking forward to the break we have at the moment. So we're going to take Highway 7 to Highway 12, go across White Pass, and then we'll get on I-82 through Yakima, and then we'll get on I-84 to Pendleton. We're going to be riding about 300 miles today, and we're taking Highway 7 to Highway 12 because Highway 7 is a really nice twisty-turny road on the way to Mount Rainier, but we're not going to go to Mount Rainier. We're going to cut off at a little town called Elby, and that's where we're going to cut off to go toward Morton. Yep, we have to take these corners a little slower than normal because the ground is wet, it's raining outside, and sometimes there's leaves on the ground or on the road. You know, as we're out here in the rain, I'm thinking the other cars are driving by thinking, what are those motorcyclists doing out in the rain? It's not a good day for motorcycling. No, it's not really. I mean, yeah, you can ride in the rain and it's fine, but it's not as much fun as when it's dry out. And you gotta wear all the gear, and you get kind of cold if something starts to leak. Like my boots are leaking a little bit. So I'm thinking they need a little seam sealing between the sole and the leather boot. So I probably need to do a little bit of that, or they're leaking a little bit through the zipper I have. But I have most of the zipper covered up with some gaiters. And I have rain pants on, and then my jacket has a liner in it that keeps me dry up on my upper half. But my boots apparently are not working out. And then my gloves are meant for the rain, and they seem to be doing a fine job. It's kind of cold outside. It's around 50 degrees, so I have my heated hand grips on. And as we go over White Pass, it'll get even cooler up there. So it's a little cool out. So yes, this is not the best day to be out on a motorcycle. But we're headed to Utah, so it is what it is. When you plan a trip, you have no idea whether you're going to get rain or sunshine. So you just kind of go with it. I know when we get to Utah, or at least it looks like the weather says when we get to Utah, it's going to be sunny, warm in some places, not so warm in other places, but sunny. So I'm looking forward to the sunshine when we get there. But as we know on these trips that we take, you can always count on at least one day of rain. Though last year, on our Columbia River trip, we did not have any rain on that trip. That was just amazing. It was an amazing trip. A fun trip, and we did not get rained on one day. I was so surprised because it's almost always one day we're going to get rained on. And this time, it's the start of our trip. We're getting rained on. So we're expecting rain today and possibly tomorrow. And then after that, we might not see any more rain. We'll see. Well, we're here just west of Packwood at the rest stop here. Putting some stuff way back in my trunk here. Anyway, we're here. Actually, I'm going to change out my socks, and I got to show you what they look like because I think I'm going to be wringing out these socks here. So just a minute, I'm going to show you what my socks are like inside my boots. Oh. I'm going to take off my boots. I have my rain pants. I have gaiters here. The gaiters pants from leaking down into my boots. Well, there's no water there. That's good. But my feet are cold. There is. I don't know if you'll be able to see that.
Yep.
That's
That's
how wet
not
my
good.
socks are.
That is not good. No.
No. So let's take off the other one and see what we have there. Got to undo the
You're
strap
definitely
here.
due for some new boots.
I think so. I think what's happening is there's just this little bit of zipper here showing, but I think it's just
I
coming
think it's
through.
along that, that sole. If we just had, put some of that snow seal on it, something
Yeah.
like that, gooped it up, that made me enough to keep it out of those seams.
All right. Well, at least they're not dripping wet.
It's not like on the Republic ride where you could pour water out.
No. All right.
Yeah, that's not
So
good.
let's see. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's really.
It's not good at all. So I think I'm due for some new boots after this ride. I'm not sure if I'll be able to buy any while I'm riding. but
Well, you find
definitely
some.
get
You may want to do that.
So we're going to put on some new socks and see about getting some dry feet before we head over White Pass. We're just west of Packwood here on Highway 12, and we'll just continue over to Yakima. I think we're going to have lunch at Miners. It's a little hamburger joint in Yakima, and I think we're going to stop there and get some lunch. So we're done at the rest stop, and we're headed east on Highway 12. Now this is U.S. Highway 12. And U.S. Highway 12 at the west end starts at Aberdeen, Washington, which is right by the Pacific Ocean, and goes all the way about 2,500 miles to Detroit, Michigan. And I don't know how many states it goes through. I forgot to check that out to see what all states it goes through. But I know it goes through Washington, Idaho, Montana, and maybe I'll put a little blurb up there, all the states it goes through, so you can see. So anyway, we're headed east on U.S. Highway 12, and we're going to go over White Pass here soon. Probably the next thing you'll see is White Pass. So we're coming up to the White Pass ski area. And so on our right is the ski area. We haven't skied here for a long time. It's a few hours to get here, so we don't ski here too often. And ski areas never look like much in the summertime. They have that magic carpet. See that little tube thing? It's called a magic carpet and has a cover on it so that as you go up it keeps the carpet clear of snow. So that's a little magic carpet. It replaces a rope tow. Anyway, White Pass is, the elevation right now is about 4,500 feet. The top of White Pass is about 6,500 feet. White Pass has been a ski area since 1953. And this is where the twins, the Olympic skiers Phil and Steve Mayer, learned how to ski. And this is where they grew up skiing. It's right here at White Pass. On I-82 here in Yakima, and we're going to get off the freeway here and head over to Miners Drive-In and get ourselves some lunch. It's 2 o'clock, so it's about lunchtime. It's past lunchtime. My stomach is growling. Time to eat. So, we're going to go get ourselves some lunch. About time. Here we are at Miners in Yakima. This is an institution. They have been around since 1948. They are a drive-in. We've never used the drive-in. We've always gone inside. They have a really nice restaurant inside. But you go up and you order your hamburger or whatever sandwich or whatever it is you want. They have French fries. They have onion rings, really good onion rings. and milkshakes and all sorts, everything that you would have at a drive-in. We are done with lunch. Oh my goodness, I am so full. They have these huge, huge hamburgers, and Rick and I even split the burger. And it's still like, oh, I'm full. But we got some onion rings because they have good onion rings. Usually we get a milkshake, but there's no way. I'd be in such a food coma. I'd be sleeping all the way to Pendleton. Well, we're getting some little rain on us. Not too much, just a little sprinkle. Or a little bit more than sprinkle. But I just wanted you to see the clouds we have around us. These dark clouds over our heads, and then out in front of us are blue sky, and way off in the distance are some other clouds. There's a grow a lot of grapes here. This seems to be just a perfect climate for growing grapes, and we have apples and cherries and peaches, and I'm not sure what else they grow here. Just the diversity of the weather today. And the rain has stopped, and I'm hoping that's all the kind of rain we get for the rest of this ride, instead of the rain we had on the west side of the Cascades. And that's pretty typical. On the west side of the Cascades, it is more rainier. We're green for a reason over there, and they're brown over here for a reason, because a lot of times the clouds don't make it from the west side to the east side because of the Cascades. Or if they do make it, they don't have much left in precipitation because they left it all on the west side of the mountains. So we're going to continue on, get some gas, and continue our way to Pendleton, Oregon. Here in Zilla, we got some gas, lubed up my chain. I have to lube up my chain every 500 miles, and it was time. I have 2,578 miles, so it was time to lube up the chain. So got some gas, lubed up the chain, and that'll take us all the way to Pendleton. So onward on I-82. Well, we're getting off of I-82 and we're going to head south on Highway 221. We're going to kind of cut the corner. Instead of going all the way to Richland, we're going to kind of cut the corner of the highway or the freeway and head basically due south. It's a little shorter in miles, but about the same in time. But it also gets us off the freeway and onto another back road. And this area of eastern Washington is known for its wineries and all the vineyards. It's a nice area to come wine tasting if you like wine and you want to try some local varieties around in this area. There's a lot of good wineries here. There's 14 Hands. They sell that at our grocery store. I like their wine. Alright, we had a little technical issue, so one of the wires came out of the adapter, but I didn't want you to miss the Columbia River down there. So we stopped so Rick could put the wire back in the adapter, and you can see us come down into the Columbia River from Highway 221. The mighty Columbia. We're going to get down here to Highway 14 and go along the north side of the Columbia to I-84. I think that's I-84. No, I-82. Cross the Columbia and then get on Highway I-84 in Oregon. So across the Columbia over there is Oregon, and we're on the Washington side. So right now the Columbia is the dividing line between Oregon and Washington. And if you watch my videos from last year, you know that the Columbia River starts at Columbia Lake in British Columbia, Canada, and it ends at the Pacific Ocean where at Astoria, Oregon. And that we follow the Columbia as best as we could from the mouth of the Columbia to the headwaters at Columbia Lake. So here we are, going to cross the Columbia River here at Umatilla. tell you how much sun they get in Pendleton. So anyway, we're coming into Pendleton now. And there's all those solar panels here in Pendleton. Now, Pendleton is known for its wool. I've never seen a sheep here though, but it's known for its wool. They have, Pendleton Woolen Company has been a family-owned business for over 150 years, and they've been making world-class or worldwide known woolen blankets and clothing for over 104 years. And so if you're looking for good quality wool clothing or blankets, this is the place, Pendleton Wool, and this is where it's made, manufactured here in Pendleton, Oregon. And we have gone 310 miles today. So it'll be nice to get off the motorcycle and just get a little light bite to eat, because that hamburger at Miners is huge, just huge. Rick and I always share one, and then we share a regular order of onion rings. They have good onion rings. So, get checked into our room and get off the bikes, checked in, walk around a little bit. Not much to walk around here, but oh well. Walk around. Hey everyone, we made it to Pendleton and we got checked in and got into our room up there. I think that's it. Yeah, with the light on. That's our room. So in our room, our bikes are out here. They are dirty as all get out, but Rick got some rags from housekeeping, and so we'll get these bikes cleaned up. There's mine. It is dirty as all get out. I don't know. Can you see that? See all that dirt on there? Back there. Oh, it's awful. Just awful. Anyway, so we're all checked in. They actually have freshly made soup. They have two varieties. I think one was a chicken and dumpling or chicken gumbo. I forget which it was. And a beef barley. So I think we're just going to have some soup here, because we had that huge hamburger at Miners with some onion rings and pop. And I'm still full. So I think we'll just do that and maybe walk down the street. There's a grocery store with a gas station. Maybe just get something in there. Freezer area for ice cream. We'll see. I hope you enjoyed the videos today, and I hope you enjoyed the photos. Thank you for watching.